Good afternoon, everyone, and we are at the bottom of the hour, so we are going to go ahead and move forward with our training this afternoon. We will be offering you training today on using Canvas to teach face-to-face courses. This is presented by the Office of Academic Innovation, and my name is Mahendra Rock. And with me today, I have the lovely Deanna.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. This is Deanna.
This training session will cover how to modify and organize your course modules to enhance the traditional face-to-face class. Today's class is the first class in a series of trainings this week in which we will be doing a deep dive into modifying your templates based on the modality that you will be using in the spring to teach your courses. A little bit of housekeeping today. We do ask that during the session, if you have any questions, please send them via chat. This is located on the Zoom meeting control panel there at the bottom, highlighted in yellow on your screen. We also ask to keep yourself muted throughout the session. We are joined by other lovely members of our team that will be able to help answer these questions should you have any burning questions during our training. If not, we will try to answer your questions this afternoon during our virtual office hours. We also invite you to visit lms.tmu.edu. If you've not transitioned to Canvas just yet, there you can find resources for making the move to Canvas, preparing for your migration, learning how to engage your students with Zoom, and also training up on other Canvas tools. We've got everything there from Gradebook to SpeedGrader, videos on using Zoom and Canvas, so we invite you to visit that as well. And here we are showing you the website. There you will also see our calendar of offerings. This changes every week. We've got office hours in the morning and in the afternoon. And this week, as you can tell, we will be offering our using Canvas to teach with your different modalities. Tomorrow we'll be covering teaching your dual courses using Canvas. For a better part of this training, we are actually going to be going live. And we hope that by the end of the session, you will be able to identify best practices for organizing and labeling your Canvas modules to support and enhance the student learning experience in a traditional face-to-face course modality. You don't need to follow along with us on Canvas today. We hope that you will take this information and be able to go in and modify the template when the template is actually pushed out for your use in a couple of weeks. So we're going to go ahead and go live. Deanna and I have created some modular examples for our training this week. We want to begin by going over the Instructor Module. The Instructor Module is an existing template that you received this fall if you taught Canvas, but it's also going to be provided to you in our spring template. Within this actual module, there is an introduction on how to use the template once you actually get it. Know that the current template is being modified, so any images that we might show you today are subject to change. We are still working on modifying and enhancing them for your use for the spring. But within this Instructor Module, it's going to be extremely valuable for you to go over and review it because it has resources on how to modify the pages, on how to enhance the graphics in your course, how to make your pages more engaging. And in addition, we also have some support for instructors on how you can send questions to AI help, and then how to reach out to us via phone as well. In addition to the Instructor Module, there will be Student Experience Resources Module. This is similar to a module that the students have for the fall, but we are also enhancing this module to include some information regarding the policies and procedures for students at Texas A&M. We are providing links to them so they will be able to access resources, university resources. There will be information on makeup policies, the academic integrity statement, in addition to how to use Canvas. That was really important for us to be able to make sure that we included how-to resources for the students. We felt like the fall resources might have been a little bit clunky and not as user-friendly for the students, so we are revamping it to make it more visually engaging and easier for the students to navigate. There, they'll be able to learn how to use, for example, discussions, how to respond to peer reviews. They'll be able to learn how to do their assignments. So we are looking forward to rolling this out to you. In addition, there's a page for online office hours in which you will be able to edit. You'll be able to add to the student experience module. You can post your office hours there. One of the modules that Deanna and I have created for you is the Welcome and Start Here module. So this is a module that you could create for your students. You would introduce your course with a course overview page. In that overview page, we feel it's vitally important to introduce the type of modality in which you are delivering your course in the spring. There you will explain your expectations for the course, your objectives for the course, so kind of a macro view, if you will, for students. We also suggest a page all about you, introducing yourself. You'll have the opportunity to perhaps do a voice recording or a video recording, welcoming your students to the class. So really, this module that we've created kind of sets the stage for your course and really informs the students before they even begin. There you could include your course resources. Maybe there you've got information on projects or vital exams that are going to be coming up. Again, a way to support them, to help them be successful in your course. It's all about making sure that they feel comfortable and that they feel supported. We've also suggested having a course question board where they can freely ask questions of you. If they get confused, there they can drop their questions and you can respond. And also an opportunity for them to introduce themselves, for them to talk about where they're from or what country they're from or what they're most excited about in taking this course. There's also some extras that we've added in there. Again, these are just some ideas, some things that we've seen other instructors do, like an academic integrity statement. Perhaps you'd like to have them acknowledge these policies at Texas A&M. Perhaps you create a syllable review quiz where you could be pulling out important aspects of your syllabus and making sure your students understand that. And then also a feedback survey from students. So you could do a mid-semester check and get your students' feedback here. You could do an end of the course survey to get their feedback on the course, or you could do a beginning of the semester survey. You could ask them questions like, do you have internet access? Do you have a pair of headphones? What do you like to be called? So even a beginning of the course survey would kind of be a neat thing to do. So enough about these intro modules. We are going to be turning it over to Deanna, and Deanna's going to dive into the face-to-face module and what that might look like and how you would support your students in a traditional face-to-face class versus what the TAMU module is going to look like. So Deanna, take it over.
Thank you. So happy that we have, quite a few people joining us, and I am hoping that you are going to be able to take away some really good tips in order to enhance your face-to-face classroom. Again, today's training is only focused on how we can customize these templates that we get from the university and how we can customize it for a face-to-face classroom, right? This is a face-to-face class that is going to meet traditionally in the classroom. It is not going to have a remote option. Students are going to be asked to join you in the classroom, in the given classroom, the assigned classroom, at the given dates and times for your specific course. Now, I wanted to give you a quick look at what is it that the module brings just as the template when it hasn't been customized to your course. So you can see that right at the top, my module has a way to add a title. You are welcome to name your module whichever works for you. You can name it by week, you can name it by topic, you can name it by unit, or maybe by dates, right? You are welcome to customize that title. But this is how the template will come. We'll just say title or theme here, and you're welcome to customize it. You will always click on those 3 vertical dots and click on that edit button, and you're going to be able to customize the title of your module. Now, this template comes with a weekly overview and has these 30 different items. These are content pages. Content pages are for the instructor to provide the student with information, such as an overview and a to-do list. Maybe you're sharing slideshows, maybe you're sharing a video. That's what you can share on these content pages. Then there is a section that is suggested for weekly activities. And then on the weekly activities, you can see that there is a template for an assignment, there is a template for a discussion, and there is also a template for a quiz. And you can see that each of these items is identified with a different icon. You can see the content pages has this page icon. You can see that the assignment has the page icon with a symbol, with a little pencil in there. And this is the icon, unique icon for assignments in Canvas. That implies that student is going to be required to submit something. The discussion always has these little two speech bubbles overlapping. That's always an indicator that it's a discussion, that students need to go in and reply and read other students' responses as well. And then this one with the rocket ship is always the icon for quizzes or exams in Canvas. And also going to require the student to complete some kind of task. The template also comes with a weekly review, and there is your content page with that template that is called Wrap Up and Looking Ahead. So just a reminder, this is a template, and this is just really to provide you with a blueprint, just really providing you with something to work on. So you don't have to work completely from scratch. This will allow you to get some ideas on how you want to present your content. Now you might say, but why do I want to use Canvas? I'm teaching a face-to-face course. Everything is going to be done in the classroom. I'm going to meet the students in the classroom. The lectures are going to be delivered in the classroom. And why not use Canvas? Why not use Canvas, and why not use the technology that we have available and provide the students the opportunity to get content from multiple places, right? Think about the flexibility and the grace that we need to give ourselves and that we need to give our students on these difficult times, these difficult days, right? Our students are facing isolation, right? Students are feeling alone. They're missing that time and that interaction that they get to have with their classmates in how we knew university was before, right? So this is just a way to allow students for more interaction, allow them to find the things that they're missing out on. And if they miss class, right? If they are missing class, they can find information in here in Canvas as well. Let's make information accessible as much as we can. And so utilize this template, customize it as much as you can, make it work for you. You can maybe, something that I'm going to tell you is there are different ways faculty are using Canvas in a face-to-face classroom. And I'm going to tell you the different ways, and you get to decide from there how you want to utilize what works best for you in your case. One of the ways the faculty uses Canvas is as a file sharing place. So you have your class and you give your students the syllabus, you may be giving your students handouts, maybe lab resources, and whichever documents, PDFs, you may be able to share it in here as well in Canvas. So that way, if for some reason a student lost, misplaced a copy, they know that this is where they can find it. All of those handouts, all of those activities that are done in the classroom, maybe class notes, they can go in here as well. So it could be a place to store and share files. Another way to utilize Canvas is as a presentation tool. So some faculty will say, well, I organized all of my class content in here, and I come to class and I just open my overview and to-do list, and I will just tell my students, okay, this is what we're going to do. The lecture is going to cover, X, Y, and Z topics. And you may even include an embed of your Google Slides. Like, let's say you are creating slideshows to guide your lectures. you can have your Google slide in here and just click next and next and next, and you'll be able to navigate to all of your items that you want to cover on any given class. You can click on the next button and you will navigate to the next item of your lecture, have your videos if you wanted to have videos displayed during lecture time as well. So that is another way that faculty are utilizing Canvas in a face-to-face classroom. Let me just navigate back to my modules. And this is where we were. Let me collapse this so they give us that space again. Okay, I'm going to collapse this one. Okay. So some of the ideas, we customized this module and we started thinking, okay, how would I would like to use Canvas in my face-to-face class. Well, I would like to have an overview and a to-do list. I want my students to come every day into the beginning of the week and take a look at the overview and take a look at the to-do list. They can take a look at all of these different items I want them to cover. And I'm going to use my text headers as a way to organize this content, right? As you can see, these are all like, it's just a list of items, but if I can utilize text headers, this is going to help the student navigate my course. So I'm providing them with the weekly overview. I'm providing them with weekly class resources. I can link to, URLs from websites, from journal articles that I want them to go over. And if I want to utilize and make my Canvas course more robust, I can make use of more Canvas features, such as an assignment, such as a quiz. If you want to allow students to take discussions farther, before or after class, you can also add a discussion in here if you want it. But you can utilize as many things as you want. You can make it as robust or as simple and seamless as you want. And then we have also added an optional resources area. And this will be for those optional readings and additional resources and links and videos that you wanted to give your students. And that is going to help those students that want to learn more and they want to deep dive, do a deeper dive on some specific topic that maybe was covered on the specific week. So those are some of the things that we wanted to cover. Now, there are 3 things that make courses successful. There are 3 commonalities. One of them is communication. Communication really is key. As I mentioned, our students are feeling isolated. They're feeling like they don't have enough support. So one of the things that might help you here in Canvas is make use of those communication tools available in Canvas. So let me show you one of the ways that you can communicate with students and help them stay on track, and is through announcements. So announcements is going to be key on any given class, regardless of delivery. But in a face-to-face class, announcements are going to allow you to send students notices about maybe you have to cancel a class, maybe you get sick, or you're going to be late for the class, you're going to deliver the class, but maybe you're late. You can just let the students know. Maybe you have a guest speaker and you can announce it to the students and say, hey, I want you to have some questions ready because we're going to have this guest speaker. And I want you to have some Q&A time with that guest speaker. So that could be delivered through an announcement. Another way you can communicate with the students is through the inbox right there from the maroon bar. You have that built-in email communication tool that allows not only you communicate with the students, but it's also going to allow the students communicate with each other. So those communication tools are key. Another piece is empathy. And that empathy is allowing students multiple ways and multiple opportunities to interact. So that goes very tied into that communication part. Students will be able to utilize this inbox tool to communicate with their classmates, to be able to work on group projects, agree on, times that they and things that they are going to work on. And then also, why not include maybe a weekly discussion, right? Maybe a weekly discussion board, or maybe students are working on a project and you can create a group set here within Canvas, and then create a group discussion. And that group discussion is going to give those groups of students a space for them to interact and share the work that they're working on before they make that final submission to you. This assignment area, it is up to you if you want to work on graded items, such as graded assignments, graded discussions, and graded quizzes. It is up to you if you want to utilize the gradebook in Canvas, but it will be a great way for you to keep track of the grading. And not only for you to keep track of the grading, but also for students to see their progress as well and see what they need to work more on. Okay, and another piece is the consistency. Consistency is also key. It's also something that we're hearing from students by surveying students. We're hearing that they want consistency, and that consistency is about the structure and the layout of our courses. Let me navigate really quick to my homepage, and I'm going to show you from the homepage. I am going to give you a quick look at the homepage of the new template that you're going to be able to have access to in November when the shells are created. So you can see that in my homepage, I have posted the definition of this class, and then feel free to add a welcome message to the students as well. And this could be something that the students can check on that weekend before your course starts, or maybe the week before the course starts. And this will give the students the chance to get an idea of what the course is about, and that they don't have to wait until the first day that they come into the classroom. And it's also a chance for students to get to meet you before they come into the classroom. But providing a homepage in the face-to-face course is something that you get to decide if you want to provide. If not, you can make the modules area, you can make it a homepage. But you can see for that first week, or those days preceding my first week of class, I have added a Start Here button that will take them to that module that Mahindra had introduced to you before, and that has the course overview, the about the instructor as well. What I wanted to show you really quick is going back to that piece of consistency. Consistency is very important. I'm going to navigate to the student view, and I'm going to let my students see a way much cleaner version of what I see as faculty, right? You can see right here on my course navigation, I disable a lot of the buttons that I am not going to use. This is a face-to-face class. I am going to minimize the amount of navigation items that the students are going to have right here to the left. I am going to utilize announcements, so I'm going to enable that. I am going to use syllabus tool. I'm going to have my students navigate to modules, grades, and Zoom if you want to provide, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. But it's up to you. If you want to provide virtual office hours via Zoom, you could have that Zoom link enabled in there. But my students are going to be able to navigate to modules, and now you're going to see a cleaner version of it as well. So what the students see is the student experience resources. So they will be able to see all of the resources that they have to learn to complete things in Canvas. Think of those students, those first generation students, those students that have never taken a course online, those students that have never taken a class in Canvas, and they need to learn how to navigate different tools and features. And then also those on-campus resources, that's where they're gonna see it. And look how cleaner it looks, right? I wanted you to see that student view is so much cleaner than the view that we see as faculty, because we have more control of all of these different tools. So I also wanted to point your attention to, I'm going to downsize this a little bit, because I want you to think about our students that are checking your course on their mobile devices. Let me see, this is like, I want to make it a little bit bigger so that I can show you sort of a little bit of that mobile experience as well, and making sure that you have a cohesive layout and that is structured in a way that makes sense and that allows students to follow your course. So you can see right up here to the top, you can see a lot cleaner is the navigation as well. And also the students will be able to navigate your modules, and they're going to make sense how to follow them because you're utilizing those text headers. I'm going to show you really quick. I'm going to leave this student view really quick because there was one more thing I wanted to show you. How do I bring these text headers in case you didn't know? So right here from the top of the module, there is my plus button, and that's how I get to add items. By default, you get to add an assignment, but these are all the different things that I can add in a module. And there is my text header. So whenever I need a text header to organize my content, here it is. So I can say maybe group project materials, right? If I'm going to give my students some extra resources, here it is. Play with the indentation is also going to help with that organization as well. I'm not going to indent it yet. I'm going to add this item. New items get added to the bottom of the list. So I can move these. I can decide where I want it. These are optional resources. I'm going to leave that to the end, but then I'm going to add a group project materials because students are going to be working on a group project, and I'm going to give them like some further resources. Also make sure that you publish that text header so students will be able to see it. So please keep in mind, some of these main takeaways is communication, empathy, consistency. Make sure that you follow these consistent layout on your modules, and please organize everything in modules because that is what makes sense instead of having a lot of different items enabled on your course navigation. And we have 3 minutes left. Let's just open it up for some questions that you may have.
To learn more, please visit lms.tamu.edu or email us at aihelp@tamu.edu. Thank you.